Welcome students. I hope you remember in our previous discussions we have seen what is stiffness method, how exactly stiffness method is implemented, how to find out degree of kinematic indeterminacy and how to determine degree of freedom for a particular structure. In this lecture we will see what is stiffness matrix, what are the properties of stiffness matrix, and what is beam element, and we will try to derive the stiffness matrix for beam element, and we will check whether all the properties of stiffness matrix applies to the beam element stiffness matrix. So we'll begin with stiffness matrix. Stiffness matrix is a square matrix of the order n, where n is degree of kinematic indeterminacy for the structure. N is the OKI. Stiffness matrix is always a square matrix. 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4 is the nature of the stiffness matrix, order of the stiffness matrix, and stiffness matrix depends upon n, where n is degree of kinematic indeterminacy of the particular structure. Now let us say I am deriving a stiffness matrix of size 2 by 2. Let us say K is equal to K11, K12, K21, K22. I will write the coefficients like this. This is the stiffness matrix. This is how it is written. This K is the stiffness matrix, and these K11, K12, K13, these are known as stiffness coefficients. The elements in the stiffness matrix are known as stiffness coefficients. Now, what do you mean by K11, or in general, what do you mean by Kij? Element of a stiffness matrix is known as stiffness coefficient, and what do you mean by Kij in general? Kij is, what is stiffness? If we revise, what is stiffness? Stiffness is the force required to cause unit deflection. So stiffness K is equal to P upon delta, force required to cause unit deflection. So Kij is force at any coordinate I to have unit deflection at coordinate J. Force at any coordinate I to have unit deflection at coordinate J, that is Kij. So what do you mean by K11? Force at coordinate 1 to have unit deflection at coordinate 1. What do you mean by K21? Force at coordinate 2 to have unit deflection at coordinate 1. So what is the common phrase in between K11 and K21? What is the common phrase for the first column of the stiffness matrix? Once again I will repeat. K11, force at coordinate 1 to have unit deflection at coordinate 1. K21, force at coordinate 2 to have unit deflection at coordinate 1. So the common phrase between K11 and K21 is to have unit deflection at coordinate 1. This means if I want to generate the first column of the stiffness matrix, I must apply unit deflection at coordinate 1. Let us understand the second column of stiffness matrix, K12, K22. What is K12? Force at coordinate 1 to have unit deflection at coordinate 2. K22, force at coordinate 2 to have unit deflection at coordinate 2. So what is the common phrase between these two words? Force at coordinate 1 to have unit deflection at coordinate 2, and force at coordinate 2 to have unit deflection at coordinate 2, the common phrase between these two is to have unit deflection at coordinate 2. This means if I want to generate the second column of stiffness matrix, I must apply the unit deflection at coordinate 2. Now, if you remember, we have seen in our two lectures, we have seen what is the effect of rotation in terms of forces generated in the structure and what is the effect of translation in terms of forces generated in the structure. So I have asked you to take that as the reference, to keep those 8 diagrams as reference, because we are going to use those 8 diagrams in the derivation of stiffness matrix in today's lecture. So those 8 diagrams are extremely important. That is what we have seen, 4 diagrams for rotational stiffnesses and 4 diagrams. At that time itself, I mentioned that you must have these 8 diagrams ready for your reference for our all further discussions in stiffness matrix. Now, today we will see how that 8 diagrams can be used to generate a stiffness matrix. To sum up on this, we have seen stiffness matrix is the square matrix of the order n, where n is degree of kinematic indeterminacy of the structure. Stiffness matrix has got stiffness coefficients as its members of the matrix. These stiffness coefficients can be defined as Kij, force at any coordinate I, to have unit deflection at coordinate j. So, and we have also seen that to generate a particular column of the stiffness matrix, we must apply unit deflection at that particular coordinate. If you want to generate the first column, apply unit deflection at the first coordinate. If you want to apply second column, to apply unit deflection at second coordinate. I hope this is clear to you. We will proceed with our concept of beam element. Now we will see beam element. Let us understand what is beam element first, and then we will derive the stiffness matrix for beam element. Now we are entering into the one unit of our syllabus, that is how to analyze the matrix structure using beam element. Matrix structures in 2 dimensions can be analyzed using beam element, truss element and frame element, depending upon how the structure is. In that case, all the continuous beams will be analyzed using beam element method, and let us understand what is beam element. So in this lecture, we will understand what is beam element and how the beam element stiffness matrix can be generated. So beam element, let us understand beam element. It is an element, let us say I will name this AB, element AB of the length L and EI as flexural rigidity. We have seen EI is known as flexural rigidity in our earlier lecture. E is modulus of elasticity of the material, and I is the section property. I is the moment of inertia of the section of the member. So EI in combination is known as flexural rigidity, that is rigidity against flexure, rigidity against bending, how much rigid that beam is against bending or against flexure, that is denoted by EI. Let us say AB is any beam of length L and having flexural rigidity EI. Now understand how our beam element looks. Our beam element has got 4 degrees of kinematic indeterminacy, 2 degrees at A and 2 degrees at B. Now what are those 2 degrees of freedom or 2 degrees of kinematic indeterminacy? The first degree of kinematic indeterminacy for the beam element is that it can get displaced in y direction. So this I will number as 1. This is the first degree of kinematic indeterminacy. It can get displaced in y direction upwards. It can get displaced in y direction upwards. That is the first degree of kinematic indeterminacy. The second degree, it can rotate in anticlockwise direction at A. So the first degree of kinematic indeterminacy is delta A y, that is upwards, and theta A, that is anticlockwise. So deflection of A upwards and rotation of A in anticlockwise direction are the first 2 degrees of kinematic indeterminacy. third degree of kinematic indeterminacy, similar things at B, that is, it is called as number 3, that is 3 is delta B in y direction, that is deflection of B in y direction upwards. And the fourth degree of kinematic indeterminacy, I will number this as 4, theta B in anticlockwise direction. Now my friends, remember, this is the beam element for our all further references. We cannot change this beam element. We have to remember that these are the degrees of kinematic indeterminacies. Can we change it to downwards? No. Can we make it clockwise? No. Can we change it to downwards? No. Can we change it clockwise? So this beam element has to be remembered as it is. How the beam element is? Beam element is any element of length L. It is having 4 degrees of kinematic indeterminacy, 2 degrees at joint A and 2 degrees at joint B. Now what are the degrees of kinematic indeterminacy at joint A? The first degree is deflection of this joint in vertical direction upwards, that is delta AY, it is numbered as 1. Rotation at A in anticlockwise direction, that is theta A, that is numbered as 2. Deflection of B in vertical direction, that is delta BY, it is numbered as 3. And rotation of B in anticlockwise direction, theta B, that is numbered as 4. These numbers will also be the same. We cannot alter this number. We cannot say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4. No. All our discussions, all our derivations are based on this particular diagram. So one need not forget this diagram. This is how our beam elements look. We are going to refer this diagram quite often in our further discussions. That is, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4. Very simple. We cannot have the liberty to change the order of these stiffness matrices or order of these order of the numbers, as well as we cannot change the directions. Upwards, anticlockwise, upwards, anticlockwise. This is how the beam element look. So degree of kinematic indeterminacy of the beam element is 4. And what are those degree of kinematic indeterminacies? Delta AY, theta A, delta BY and theta B are the degrees of kinematic indeterminacy. Remember, these deflections are always taken in upward direction and the rotations are always taken anticlockwise for our beam element. So this is the beam element. Now, just now we have seen the properties of stiffness matrix. To generate a particular column of a stiffness matrix, we need to apply unit deflection at that particular column. So using the same principle and referring to the 8 diagrams, 4 diagrams for translational stiffness, 4 diagrams for rotational stiffnesses, we can generate the stiffness matrix for beam element. And I hope you are all eager to apply that method, to apply those 8 diagrams in generation of the stiffness matrix for beam element. How to generate the stiffness matrix for beam element is the point of discussion for our next lecture. So stay tuned. Thank you.